John Boorman's incredible depiction of the Arthur legend, Excalibur, is an all-time great, and certainly far and away the best movie adaptation of this story. It is such a grand, epic, emotionally overwhelming display of cinematic power, with an ever-present surrealism that gives the film that extra intangible something that elevates it above the pack. When I first saw Excalibur as a kid, I couldn't take my eyes off it. The images seared into my brain. The Wagnerian music sent shivers down my spine. Excalibur was probably the one film that got me interested in classical music. The sets, costumes, props, all feel so tactile, so lived in, so real, and so very much at home in the medieval setting. You truly feel like you're living in some magical, mythical netherworld. The visceral, destructive feeling of the violence really gets under your skin, too. The interaction of blood, mud, and steel, the epic cries of battle, the way the characters always seem exhausted while fighting, the banging and clanging of weapons. Boorman seemed to get the atmosphere just right. And it never leans too heavily in one direction. The film never takes itself too seriously, but also never devolves into total silliness. The mixture of the surreal and the dramatic was just right. Excalibur has so many amazing character beats. They're hard to keep track of. Urien's pivotal moment, deciding between keeping Excalibur out of selfishness and knighting the would-be boy king. Lancelot's devastating flaw and downfall with Guinevere, and epic return for the final battle, is some of the best character arcing I've seen. The absolute purity and commitment of Percival was awe-inspiring, as he ultimately became Arthur's greatest knight. And Arthur himself, just a shining example of integrity and nobility that to this day still inspires. And Nicol Williamson's rendition of Merlin is just perfect. He nailed a kind of playfulness without forgetting to interject gravitas and depth, and his presence was sorely missed whenever he wasn't on screen. The filmmakers managed to include all the major elements of the Arthur legend into a single film, all without the film ever feeling bloated or overstuffed. In fact, it moves at a brisk and steady pace, giving each legend its due without skimping on the important emotional components that allow them to resonate. The look of the film is gorgeous. Boorman heavily relies on pure imagery to tell this story. There are many moments where not much is said, but plenty is communicated. It's a textbook example of how to use the medium in the most effective way. Boorman's film continues to remain near the top of my list of all-time great cinema, and I don't think we'll ever get another telling of this story that comes close to being this transcendent. If you enjoyed this video, consider hitting the like and subscribe button, as I'll be posting more content in the future. Thanks for watching.